So you want to learn how to join an Affinity network group? Let's take a few minutes to learn how. In order to understand how Affinity network groups will operate, let's first discuss their structure. Currently, our inclusion councils are established by the region, and each council has a definitive amount of members. In contrast, Affinity network groups are established locally at the city level. This localized approach aligns with our company-wide strategy, and it allows us to leverage the local expertise of our associates in order to gain insights about the specific needs of our customers throughout our entire footprint. This, in fact, will allow us to create an ideal customer experience. As such, we have created 6 Affinity network groups, which we are excited to share with you now. Drum roll, please. Associates in each city will be able to charter and join the Capable Associates Network, the Latino Affinity Network, the Network of Black Associates, USC Pride, Veteran Associates Leading Organizational Results, and Women in Action. Now let's take a look at the breakdown structure of each local chapter. Each local chapter will be led by its own executive board, which consists of a chapter chair, a co-chair, secretary, treasurer, communications lead, membership lead, professional development lead, and community outreach lead. In addition to the executive board, each ANG will have general membership that is all-inclusive and open to any associate who'd like to join. So what's the difference between being an executive board member and a general board member? Well, for those who'd like to be considered for an executive board position, the following requirements must be met. Number 1, you must possess leadership competencies. Number 2, you must be a full-time associate. Number 3, you must obtain 2 reference letters, one from your direct leader and one from your circle of influence. Number 4, you must have at least 90 days of employment with U.S. Cellular. And the final requirement, number 5, is applicable to associates who have been employed with U.S. Cellular for more than 1 year. You will need a minimum satisfactory performance rating of meets expectations. Please note, the executive board application and all other ANG documents are stored in 2 places. Number 1, on the diversity site on the ANG page under resources, and number 2, in the shared folder on the S drive under Affinity network groups. Now let's take a look at the executive board application process. This is a 2-stage process which consists of an application stage and an interview stage. Both stages will be cumulatively scored on a 100-point scale. During the first stage, the candidate will submit an application with their information and leadership experience. The application will include a list of 15 associates who are interested in joining their ANG chapter. This list would need the associate's name, email, and desired position, if applicable. The second stage of the process is the interview stage. For those candidates applying for the chair and co-chair position, there will be an interview with the diversity programs manager. For the remaining 6 roles, an interview is only required if there are multiple candidates. Please note, in 2014, we will be launching ANG chapters in 2 waves. In order to have your chapter launched in the first wave in June, please take a look at some key dates. By May 31st, anyone interested in being an executive board member must submit an executive board application and an email to diversity@uscellular.com. By June 16th, we will have all the newly chartered chapters listed on the ANG page of the diversity site. On or after June 16th, Anyone interested in joining as a general member will be able to learn if their local area has an established A&G in their city. You can do this by visiting the diversity site, go to the A&G page, select the A&G that you're interested in joining, and then you choose to join a chapter in this group. You'll then use the chapter drop-down menu to learn what chapters have been chartered. If you're interested in joining one of the listed chapters, you simply fill in the fields of information. You will then receive a welcome email sent to you, and then voila, you're done. You're officially a member of an A&G. If you do not see a chapter listed in your city, you can either 1. Join the chapter that's closest to you and work closely with them until a chapter is chartered in your city, or 2. Charter a new chapter in your city by completing the executive board application. Either way, we're looking forward to you sharing your passion and skills with our A&Gs. Thank you for taking time to learn how to join an Affinity Network group.